What stew is popular among desert island dwellers? Raft-a-tui. Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday, my friends. Or Friday, if you are slightly in the future. Very happy to have you with me tonight. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I hope you're well. Conga is first in chat tonight. Thank you for being here, Conga Line Monkey. Pleasure to have you with us. And for those who may not have noticed, Conga has graciously agreed to carry a sword for us. So we are very grateful for you, Conga. And I would encourage others to extend their thanks. And when in doubt, as with our other mods, follow Conga's lead and don't get poked. And Loose and Jelly, happy to have you here as well. The hot and cold emotes, appropriate for Castlevania attempts. They usually run either very hot or very cold. Let's hope for some. Let's hope we are on fire tonight. What a handsome sword, Jelly says. Why, thank you. And Frownie, we need a fireplace. It's cold. I actually feel very warm down here in the basement, Jelly. I was thinking I don't even have my socks or my blanket, and I'm feeling pretty warm. Let's hope that carries into the runs. So we've got 3 games to do tonight. I can't be obsessively focused on Castlevania attempts. I'm gonna have to exercise some discipline and stop playing Castlevania earlier rather than later. But we'll dedicate maybe approximately 2 hours to runs tonight. Hopefully that'll get us through. Hopefully we'll get the run first try and we'll be done for the night. But I'm thinking 2, maybe 3 attempts if things go well. If things go really well, we might be able to do 3 attempts. Then we've got Survival Kids, which I'm very, very much looking forward to making progress in. We've stopped off in a place where I think I know what to explore next, so it should be a night of quick successes, maybe, if I'm not cursing our luck. And finally, Hercules. Hercules is something I would be looking forward to, though the game was rather mean to me last session, so maybe not as much as I have in the past. But historically, Hercules has been a lot of fun, and maybe we can recapture some of that magic. But we'll see. Gonna be a long night. We have a lot of things to do. Jelly says, maybe I'll sleep on the floor while you stream. No spoilers. Just want to know what I'm looking forward to. How was Dark Souls? So you don't want me to spoil the Dark Souls VOD? We're not doing Dark Souls tonight, though, Mile High Roll. Dark Souls is tomorrow this week. It's different. Dark Souls is Friday this week. I've been trying to I've been trying to spread the word on that. So I'm sorry if the word hasn't reached you and you feel misled. But Dark Souls, I don't know if I can tell you how it went without spoiling. I mean that kind of tells you, right? I don't know how to answer your question without spoiling. I don't know what's more important to you, receiving an answer or avoiding spoilers, so I'm just going to hold off. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you, I guess, I guess if you skip the VOD of the last time, you will still be pretty much caught up. Uh, I had one. I've committed myself to what is probably a terrible strategy. I had one attempt that went really well, but everything else was pretty much garbage. Uh, I'm still gonna watch though. Thank you, Mile High World. I appreciate that. I was making some progress on my last fight for sure. I appreciate the positive assessment, Conga. uh, all right, so let's we'll start pushing some buttons here. Let's see if we can get a run off the ground. If I keep looking at the camera every time I press the start on the timer like that, then when I do get the run, the video is gonna start with that awkward bit of eye contact. Just like every time I tell a joke. It's not all about the progress, sometimes it's about the pain, Jelly says. Yeah, that big guy and that little guy, they're really testing me. Because my current strategy, my current strategy has potential for success, but it requires such a great deal of patience. It's the journey, not the boss fights. The real progress was all the lives we lost along the way. Oh. The no music would have the no music. One of the weird things about the no music is it almost has the benefit of making the. I mean, it kind of does have the benefit of making the boss fight more dramatic. That music starts playing only when we reach the boss, but it's slightly ruined by the length of time it takes for the music to start after the boss activates. Like, it would have a grander effect if the music started right as the boss awoke. That's a perfect level 1. I had steamed cauliflower with dinner tonight, and just a little bit of butter and salt and pepper on it, and I haven't had that in a long time, and it was so good. I'm still thinking about it. I guess it wasn't the cauliflower that was good, it was the butter. I'm giving credit to the wrong part of the I'm giving credit to the wrong part of the dish, but it was still nice. Uh, all right, let's have some good birds. No. Oh, and just like that, the run died. The birds didn't matter at all. I killed it. That was going pretty smoothly, too. So if you haven't seen one of these before, we're doing whip only. The goal is to get a deathless run, and I'm allowed to collect the whip upgrades and the hearts and the money bags, because those don't have an effect. But all the useful items, rosary, invincibility, sub-weapons, even meat, are forbidden to me. We're going for a really strict interpretation of whip only. And because of that, because enemies can drop items randomly, I'm so familiar with so much of the game at this point that in a lot of areas, random item drops are way more frightening than any enemy could be. No. I felt really good. I felt really good about that dodging I did. I mean, it was all luck, but still. You can feel good about luck, right? That third Medusa head. I'm so used. There's one Medusa head that comes in I have to whip, and then there are two that I can jump over. But the third one doesn't always spawn. I'm shocked that I can jump over any of them. It's a very weirdly designed game because, like, I feel like on your first playthrough of Castlevania, everything seems so wild and unpredictable. And like it feels chaotic. But like the longer you play, like the game is actually like very learnable. And I don't know like how it achieves that to where like I feel like as a newcomer like to this game, you never would suspect that the game could be so predictable. I don't know how they made so many predictable elements feel so wild and random. Okay, well, they don't always behave the way you want them to. But they usually do. I don't know why that bird flew so low that time. Alright, aside from that one bird, that level went really, really well. I think with the right luck, that approach might mean that I could do the mummies damageless with just the whip. I think Jelly's approaching with my coffee, but I'm not going to be able to receive it. Thank you, Jelly. I'm on the clock. The run lives. Thank you. Bone dragons are a real problem for me, as you will probably see. That one was okay. I got lucky, though, because I almost got hit by that fireball. Stunningly good luck. Alright, we got a real chance at Frankenstein. Frankenstein's one of the harder parts of the run for me yet. What are you doing over there? He's being so unpredictable. There it goes. I was feeling so confident. I know I guarded my words a little bit, but inside I was feeling so confident. That's sad. All right, let me step away. Let me grab those goodies that Jelly brought for me. I'll be right back. Thank you for the berries, Jelly. I didn't even expect those. Berries sound good. They're wonderful. As usual, I've got coffee, cheese, and I've got fruit. My fruit is grapes, blackberries, and raspberries. And the blackberries are so sour. I've got to eat a blackberry alongside a raspberry to sort of balance it out. Dare I say, very good. Very well done. I was kind of expecting the reply. Who's Barry? The grapes look like black olives. Perhaps an April Fool's scheme? Please no. You know, to be fair, I don't know if I've ever eaten a black olive. Are they even any different from green olives, or is it just purely cosmetic? Are they the same? Are they the same thing, just at different stages of ripeness? I don't know any of these things. But I like green olives. Green olives with a pimento inside. I could get a jar of those and just eat them with a fork. And drink the brine. I have never, to be clear, I've never actually drank an entire jar of olive brine. I think if I did that, I would shrivel up like a prune from all the salt. I like salty foods, but that might be a bit much even for me. Losses welcome in. That was almost a perfect bat fight. One piece of damage, not bad. I want to try grapples. They're apples infused with grape flavor. Have I had those before? I feel like Jelly and I might have tried those once in Houston. I guess they weren't life-changing if I can't remember, though. I feel like we had them and they were pretty good. They taste different, Jelly says. Is a black olive a fermented olive? I have no idea. There's so many foods, I have no idea what they are. I don't like apples, so I'm willing to try anything. Oh, wow. I really like apples. I don't like to just grab an apple and bite into it. Like, you know, I like to cut my apples into wedges. My teeth don't appreciate the strenuousness of having to tear an apple apart on their own. But yeah, I like apples quite a bit. Hey, we have a raid coming in. I know this streamer. It's Sir Rack of Lamb. Thank you for the raid, my friend. You're here earlier than I expected. I'm streaming earlier than I normally would. But I was watching Sir Rack of Lamb stream earlier. He was playing some Magic Boy. How did it end up going? Did you end up finishing the game? I don't know how far along you were. I know that at one point you'd said you were basically tied with your PB. You were on the furthest world you'd made it to. Oh, no worries about that. No worries about that. I'm happy to have a raid with a party of any size. Oh, losses said huge raid. So, welcome to Castlevania, the whip-only attempts. We've yet to complete a run tonight. I've made it to stage... I've reset a couple times, I think. I've made it to stage 4, but Frankenstein ruined my run last time. We're trying for Deathless, for those who haven't been here. So if we're doing whip only and trying to do it deathless. So if I lose a life, or if I touch an item that's like a weapon, then I have to reset. Money is not a weapon. Nor are hearts. No. That was close. I made it to stage 4 at the very end of the stream. Only 8 levels left. Right on. I wish you the best of luck, because that game looked like I said, it looked like a real test of patience. If I ever have the misfortune of trying that one out, then I hope I have your persistence and am able to make it through it. It didn't look like it would be a horrible game, but it looked like it could be a frustrating game. It kind of reminded me of like Arrow the Acrobat. A game that looks like they tried pretty hard on the visuals, but is really frustrating to play. Because of lots of bogus design decisions. Right. I didn't see if we were able to get you a proper shout out there yet, but if I missed it, there's another one. My friends, you can use that link there to follow Sir Rack of Lamb, if you would be so kind. He's got a really great stream over there if you like retro games and you like a laid-back atmosphere, which I think I have good reason to suspect you do. Then you'd be doing yourself a favor by giving our friends a follow. Oh yes, shoutouts are a thing. No worries. I'm just happy the level transition lasts long enough for me to type, and I didn't misspell Rack of Lamb's name. I don't usually take any damage in that underground cave. That's mildly disappointing that I jumped into that bat. And by mildly, I mean tremendously. No, that's even worse. We're in big trouble. I've never actually eaten a rack of lamb. I've had mutton quite a few times. Someone was hanging out in the chat once, and nice. The run lives. I went for a BRB. It's someone... I think it was the first time they were there and the only time they were there. But I went for a BRB and they said something in the chat. They said, like, he's gone. We can make fun of him behind his back now. And they, you know, just jokingly started writing some stuff about, like, how crazy my beard was. And they said, I heard this rumor that he eats sheep. Isn't that weird? And then they had left the stream by the time I got back, but I was thinking to myself, and I think I said it at the time, that it's really weird that was the joke that they chose to make, because where I grew up is very near was very near a barbecue place that was famous for serving mutton. And I was like, yeah, I'll eat sheep. I'll gladly eat sheep. Every time I go home to visit my parents, I go to that place and pick up a container of mutton. That was some good dodging there. Thank you, Greg, and welcome in, my friend. A little on the greasy side, but still good. Jelly doesn't like mutton. I can't, which is fine, because I'm missing my jumps, which is fine, I guess, right? More for me. Loyal to Soil, welcome in. How's my day been? Pretty good. Pretty good. I have no complaints. Even Castlevania's going real well at the moment. Great seeing you stream on my first in chat. So close, Loyal. So close. BRP gonna grab some food right on. I hope you find something delicious. Loyal, you're the first Loyal to Soil in chat tonight. We started the stream a little early tonight because I already had 2 games on the schedule, but I've been doing pretty good at my attempts here with this run lately. That I can't help myself. I want to It's falling apart. I want to keep trying for it, so I had to start early to make room to play this tonight. I am looking forward to the other two games. Don't get me wrong, but when such a potentially magnificent victory is close at hand, not very close. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Why is that one not moving and that other one won't stop? The scythes are so terribly inconsistent. No. Oh, rip. BRB, we will await your return, Conga. That was great. Thank you, Loyal. All right, we're not going to reset because we're far along. We are killing the timer, and we're just gonna try and finish out the game for the extra practice. Now that the run is dead, I will be grabbing that meat. But we won't be grabbing any of the other items. Like that invincibility that they had to drop right there to taunt me. I have made it past death on a single life before. I've gotten quite a few 1-credit clears now at this point. And I've had one run where I made it all the way past death, first try. And then I died to a bat on the beginning of stage 6. And I cried an endless river of tears. Look at that. It was almost a damageless death until the very end. Why couldn't I do that the first time? Does this count as a no damage run? I wish I could do no damage whip only, but that's something I don't expect to ever happen. But that was I don't think I've ever defeated death damageless. But that was real close. I I have somewhat of a sense of how to... That was terrible. Of how to manipulate the bats. But I'm not good at it. I think my problem is I'm actually jumping too early. Nope, that's not my problem, because here he comes. I don't know what my problem is. I don't know if my problems can be summarized. Don't think I've ever seen anyone defeat death without taking damage in a whip-only run. Yeah, if I get really lucky, it might happen. I've gotten so close, I don't think it's impossible. I just think it's really unlikely. It's not something I feel comfortable trying to grind for, that's for sure. This is awful. What a bad turnaround here. Get it together, Frownie. I'm close to talking myself into trying whip-only damageless someday, but I have to learn. I have to figure out a strategy for Medusa and for the mummies if I'm gonna do that. Frankenstein, the bat, Frankenstein, and I'm just crumple me up and throw me in the trash. Oh. The bat, Frankenstein, and Dracula, I believe I've defeated each of them without taking damage at least once. The mummies, Medusa, and the bat, and Dracula, the mummies, Medusa, and Death I never have. It's supposed to go up the stairs, I know. I see a staircase, and what do? I just walk through it. I had to make all those mistakes. I wanted this battle to seem more dramatic, right? If it's on our last life, it feels like there's more at stake. So that was all intentional. He lied. It's hard to be nervous during a Dracula fight. Oops. First try. Alright, well, I'm all warmed up, so now let's start taking this seriously. Let's go. Thank you, Loyal. Awesome, no damage Dracula fight, both forms. Great job. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate the enthusiasm, my friends. Dracula is one of the parts that I'm least afraid of now. Fresh attempt, we'll jump right into it. You make this game look easy. Thank you, Loyal. Excuse me. I was saying it's kind of a weird game because like if you play it long enough, the game is actually very predictable and learnable. And it's a weird thing because like I don't know how they managed it with the design, because I feel like when you're new to this game, you haven't played it as much, everything feels so chaotic and random. But it's all actually like very crafted with such precision that as you get familiar with it, like it becomes much easier, because the enemies, you can rely on them to appear in the same places and behave in the same ways. But it's not a game that feels like that would be possible when you haven't played it a whole lot. I feel like usually when I'm playing a game for the first time, I can pretty quickly get a sense of like how learnable it might be. But I think this one is deceptive. I think this is a game that definitely feels like you could never learn it. And then it turns out you definitely can. This bat is trashing me this time. Alright, platforms, don't hurt me. So when I fight Medusa and when I fight the mummies, like when I show up with full health, I could just stand in place and just swing and tank the hits, and be perfectly fine. But what you'll notice is that when I fight them, I'm moving around a whole lot and taking a lot of risks. I mean, they're not really risks because if you have a lot of health, like, it's still very easy to win. But I'm moving more than I need to and taking more hits than I need to because I'm trying to use the opportunity to figure out how the bosses work and how I might manipulate them to eventually do them without taking any damage. So I'm taking more damage every time I encounter them because I'm hoping that will eventually lead to taking less damage. Whoa. Whoa, where are you going? Those bats like to do really wild things. I'm sure it's because I'm not behaving the exact same every time I come through, but it doesn't feel like it's me. It feels like it's them. If you want to cheese the bats in this game, then you can you activate them and then you walk backward to take them off screen a moment and they despawn. I learned that last night, I think. I don't actually think they're bats. I think they're like ravens or crows, but I keep calling them bats. Welcome back, Conga. I like that Hercules is last. That game feels like a fever dream. I wanted to put Hercules last because I feel like I'm more likely to get, like, stuck in that game. and need that portion to stretch on for eternity. That's what I thought too, ravens, yeah. Yeah, they're definitely birds. The ones on this stage, now these are bats. They don't look the same as those on the other stage at all. Reacting to the random item drops. It's not good for the health of my heart. Either is this alarm continually going off. I was thinking, where's the boss music? I'm off to a terrible start. Frankenstein, get back here, man. Dead run. Let's fight Frankenstein. Let's try and fight him for the practice, and then we'll reset. Make the most of being here. Cows, welcome in. Hope your Thursday has been going well, cows. We've completed one run of Castlevania tonight. It was pretty ugly one. I was hoping this one was going to turn it around, but it has not. Enjoying some yummy hot chocolate. My Costco had Starbucks brand hot cocoa mix, and it's very good. Right on. That sounds wonderful. It's time for hot chocolate. I got snow outside. I'm gonna have to make sure I have some soon. I mean, let's be realistic. It's frequently time for hot chocolate regardless of the weather, right? Because it's delicious. Alright, let's go ahead and reset. It's not anything close to winter temps in my area, but it's time for hot chocolate, Gus says. Have you ever put maple syrup in your hot chocolate? I haven't. I don't know that it would be any good. But if I recall correctly, I believe you've shared that you enjoy maple milk. And I know that maple chocolates are a thing. Chocolate chip pancakes with maple syrup are a thing. Never done that, but I do like a drop a chunk of peppermint bark in there from time to time. Oh, peppermint bark. That's something I haven't had in a while either. I was thinking about it the other day. I was at a thrift store, and there was a peppermint bark tin that was for sale. It didn't have anything in it. It was just the empty tin, but it reminded me that, oh yeah, that's something that exists. I'll have to give maple hot cocoa a try. I think I've got a big jar of maple syrup somewhere in one of my cabinets that I haven't used much of. I wonder if it's still good. I don't know what kind of shelf life maple syrup has. I know honey lasts forever, but I know maple syrup and honey are not the same. But I wonder if they are similar in their longevity. Probably not. If it's real maple syrup, it's several years, but not quite as many as honey. I think it's real maple syrup. I think one of my wife's relatives harvested it from a tree even. I guess if it's my wife's relative, it would be my relative too. My relative-in-law. Been drinking Silly Cow cocoa lately. It's really good. I don't think I've ever had that brand. Admittedly, silly cows are important. I agree, says Cows. I mean, admittedly, I pretty much just always buy store brand cocoa. I haven't ventured out into exploring some of the finer options. It's probably worth it, but I probably should. I'm late, but I made it. Welcome in, Yake. You are, we are always happy to have you here. However late or early you are able to arrive. I gotta be careful because the rosary never despawns and I want to be pushed back into it. Thank you for the palms. This run is still alive for now. I feel like I've made it. I've been making it to Frankenstein really consistently tonight, and It's really been Frankenstein that's been ruining my evening so far. Well, that ruins it too. I actually tried to jump and I shouldn't have. That brick with that brick above my head made that not possible. You know, I've got a copy of Frankenstein's book up on my shelf back there. I had to tell him you better behave or the book gets it. This is why I'm not a speedrunner or into challenge playthroughs. One mistake kills the entire run. I'd lose my mind, Greg says. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about that. I lost my mind long, long ago. Wow, that bat. That bat trashed me that time. That's alright. Need some coffee, Greg says. Can always highly recommend coffee. It is the miracle elixir that keeps me running. We're almost at the hour-and-a-half mark. The plan is to keep starting attempts until the 2-hour mark. And then, when that strikes, we'll move on to, our next game. If we don't accomplish our goal tonight and get the Deathless Run, then we'll probably play this again on Monday night next week. Maybe Sunday, but probably Monday. Next week, I'm probably only going to stream on Monday and Tuesday of next week. So I'm going to miss you for several days, my friends. Just a heads up. Unless a snowstorm completely traps me within my home. The idea is to get together with my family for Thanksgiving. You will be missed, Cal says. Thank you. I'm certainly going to miss being here with you, my friends. If there were any way to stream while traveling, I would make it happen, but I just don't see a way. Because none of my family keeps my weird hours anyway. So I'm still gonna have to find ways to occupy myself during some of the nighttime hours. I'm sure. Hope you have a good time with the family. We usually do. I get along pretty well with all of my family. So we should have a good time. You can jump over Medusa. No, that was so close. That was almost damageless Medusa. That's terrible. That's terrible. I've just become one step closer to having to grind out a damageless whip-only run. What horrible information. What a horrible thing to have learned. My future is in peril. Hey, Strength for Life, welcome in. Welcome in, my friend. I was also watching Strength for Life. I was watching some of his stream earlier. He was doing some tech work on some CRTs. Did I hear right? You said those were Trinitron monitors? I've never had a Trinitron. I had an opportunity to buy one a couple years ago, and I regret not getting it because I've heard really good things about them. I don't know for sure, but apparently they're designed to work a little bit differently than other CRTs. "27-inch Trinitron monitors." How's the picture on them? They look really good. Sorry to cough at you, my friends. Don't know too much about the specifics. Yeah, I know. I watched a video about them once that explained it, but a lot of that, kind of passes right through my mind. I'm not good at holding on to specific tech details. Found them in a recycling center. Bottom of a pile. Oh no, what am I doing? Picture's really good. Surprised how good the PlayStation 1 looks. I saw you trying out Sonic on it. I think that's a one-hit Mummies too. If I ever come across one again, next time I won't pass up on it. Sadness. Sounds good, sir. Well worth it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't need any more CRTs right now. I've got 3, and I only use 1, so I shouldn't be hoarding them, but they're good to have around. They pile up so fast. They do. I used to have 9. When I lived in Houston, I had 9 CRTs. And I was using them all. Not at home, but I worked for the library, and I was doing a monthly retro gaming event. And we were using all of my hardware for it. Nine CRTs, then the lady stepped in. Jelly's usually pretty supportive of my collecting endeavors. As long as I'm not going too crazy with it. Or if I have a good excuse. 9 CRTs is pretty crazy, but I had a good excuse. Need to find a new CRT. Still using one I got from a Sears closing down for $5. Has some bad burn in. Yeah, that's image burn in is rough to deal with. $5 is a price that's hard to argue with, though. I promise they're for a good use. Garage sales are your friend, Conga says. Yeah, that's pretty much the only place I see them anymore. I used to could find them at thrift stores pretty reliably, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've seen one in a thrift store. Excuse me. But yeah, back when I started doing that program, I only had one at the time. I only had one CRT when I decided to start doing that program, and I went out thrift shopping and was able to buy 8 in the same day. Like, that's how plentiful they were. And they were only, you know, like $5 or $6 a piece, but I don't see them anywhere anymore. And that was not that long ago. Well, it was a while, but maybe only like 7 or 8 years. Guess that's a long time. It's crazy now people find them and resell them for almost what they were going for brand new. I mean, that's what happens when there's a demand for a technology that's not produced anymore. Imagine someday someone's going to be able to open up a business that's just dedicated to manufacturing premium CRT monitors to sell to retro gamers. At some point the old supply will run thin, that they'll be able to sustain a business on just the demand of retro gamers. I mean, they'll probably be charging crazy prices, but I expect it'll happen. Welcome in, Derek. Hope you're doing well tonight, my friend. Picked up DK bongos today for $10 at a thrift shop, and Final Fantasy III DS, Sarakablam says. Fire Emblem Fates Conquest and Zombie Seeker for $14 each at the pawn shop today. I haven't been... Yeah, I actually haven't gone around to the local pawn shops since I moved to this area. I should... I should see if there's anything gaming related in my area. I haven't really thought of that. Nice haul, Cows says. DK bongos. I should pick up a pair of DK bongos just because I have 3. And since the GameCube supports 4 controllers, right? I don't know if any of the DK Bongo compatible games are 4-player though. But it just seems like I'm so close to having 4, I might as well pick up one more pair. Well, there's a specific game I want. I looked at eBay, Derek says. I shop on there every now and then. With retro carts, though, there's so many fakes with retro carts. And, like, on the one hand, like, I don't mind having a reproduction cart in my collection, but I don't want to pay real prices for them, you know? Oh no! I think my run is dead. Nice, we didn't get that rosary. I thought I was gonna have to get that rosary because it landed right below where the orb drops. I have 3 at one point, but could never find the games. Once I sold the bongos, I found the games cheap about 3 weeks later. Isn't that how it goes? It took me 9 months to find the bongos again. I think I have all 3 games. I've never played them though, so I don't know what they're like. It's so annoying when the enemies drop an item on me. It's like, I defeated you. You shouldn't be able to kill my run like that. They get their revenge from beyond the grave. I think I have all 3 games, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure offhand either. And even if I have them, I don't know if they all work. JB, welcome in. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't catch that last night. I was asleep on the job, but I definitely appreciate that, and thank you for joining us again. But I've got grapes, blackberries, and raspberries. My sort of nightly streaming snacks, my go-to that I like to have is I got a mug of coffee, I got some sort of fruit, and the fruit is variable. And then I've got some cheese. And I just nibble on them every now and then to keep me going. This cheese is good. It's something made locally to me. It's kind of like a blend between Parmesan and Gouda. I don't think it's actually a blend of those cheeses. It's like a blend. I frequently say it is, but I should say it's like a blend of those cheeses because I think it is its own thing. But the cool thing about it is they soak it in a red wine, so it develops this like very delicious dark purple crust around the edges. Sounds fancy. It is. It's a little expensive, so I take very small bites of it and only eat a small portion each night. I stretch it. I got to stretch it out so it lasts. Silent level 1. How are the runs going? And thank you for stopping in earlier. No problem. I was happy to catch you live, my friend. I don't get to tune into the streams I want to watch nearly as often as I'd like to. So it's always a treat when I can catch someone live. But the runs are going rough tonight. I've only been able to complete one so far. We barely got a 1 credit clear earlier. And I've made it to Frankenstein a handful of times, but he keeps killing my runs because I reset anything that dies before level 5. And Frankenstein has been doing an excellent job as gatekeeper of level 5 tonight. He is in top form. Get down here, bat. We've gotten really close to the deathless run. I had a 1 death run a night or two ago, and last night, I think it was last night, I made it all the way to stage 6 on a single life. I think that was a 1 death run too. So we might have had two 1 death runs. But I have actually had one where I beat death on the first try, which is sort of the ultimate obstacle. And it was so sad. It was so sad because that could have been it. That could have been it. But then I died to a bat on the next stage. It was heartbreaking. Don't get squished, Simon. I like jumping up into the sub-weapon box up there. I dream of being able to run faster than the screen scrolls so I can have Simon perfectly framed within it, but it's only a dream. Have you played Nightmare on Elm Street? I want to. I tried to play it one night, but I couldn't get my my copy of the game to play. And I haven't tried it again. I should. But I've never actually played the game yet. I tried to get Jelly to play it in October, but I suggested to her, I offered to her that I would I would see about getting the game to work if she wanted to record some footage to make another one of her videos, but she just hasn't had the time to do them, sadly. Yeah, the editing takes her a lot of time. So, basically, if she works on a video, that, like, consumes all of her free time until she gets it done. And it can take her about a week. So that's, you know, that's a lot of time to commit. Thank goodness I didn't land on that meat. I understand that. It takes me like 10 minutes to edit an Instagram video. Yeah, I mean, it takes me a long time to, even the, like, stuff that I do, the highlights for the YouTube archive, it takes me an unreasonable amount of time to make those, and all I'm doing is just trimming segments out. I'm not adding anything in or really changing anything. Christian Cool, good to see you. Thank you for the lurk. Best of luck to you, my friend, with whatever projects you have going on tonight. Alright, we're going to start up one more run, but we're hitting the 2-hour mark, so I don't think I'm going to make another one. It's too hard. I've made my rule set too strict. Contra Adventure went pretty well. I didn't beat it. We're gonna have to play it again. I got stuck near the end. The game gets really hard. I had a couple major glitches happen too. I think because the disc is in such a rough shape. I had a really wild one early on where half the in-game assets were replaced with pink boxes of various shapes and sizes. And then I got soft locked later on when part of the level geometry failed to load and I fell into I fell out of bounds. Couldn't get out, couldn't die. Had to throw all my progress away and restart because I also hadn't saved. I have a save file. I have a save file in the last level, but it's the last life of my last continue, so we're either going to have to reload an old save and do better, or just restart the game and do better. I'm thinking I'll probably just restart the game. It's a pretty fun game. I actually really like it. The next to last level, though, is brutal. The next to I know I'm on the last level because the game told me. But the next to last level is so very difficult. It's longer than the whole rest of the game combined, and it's just full of terrible enemies. But we'll probably play it again in about 2 weeks. I'm not going to have time for it next week, but I want to get back to it probably sooner rather than later. Hey, Soda Wave. Good to see you, Soda. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Paula, thank you for coming along. Pleasure to have you here, my friends. Hope that you had a good stream tonight. This challenge seems like fun. It's kind of fun. It's made me a lot better at the game. It doesn't look like it with me resetting every, 4 minutes. So yeah, whip only is the name of the game. I'm going for a deathless run. I'm allowed to collect the whip upgrades. I'm allowed to collect hearts and money bags, but I have to avoid all the useful items. So no rosaries, no invincibility, no sub-weapons, And worst of all, no meat. I've had a couple one death runs. I've gotten really close, but I've had a lot of 1CCs. I've lost count. We've had 1CCs like 10 plus at this point. Paradox Maelstrom, welcome in. I hope tonight is going well for you. Grinding for this run has made me so familiar with the game that after I get whip only deathless, I'm gonna do any percent damageless. I've gotten to the point where I can clear each level without taking damage when I'm really like in top form, and if I have the sub weapons to help me cheese the bosses, I know I can do the whole game damageless. But I gotta do this one first. Hoping everyone is doing well. I'm doing as well as can be expected with my heart breaking every time I have to reset the game. But I hope you're having a good night, Paula. Stuff and things are good. Frownie's gonna become a living game genie. I could only dream. Love the stuff on your shelves. Oh, thank you, Maelstrom. Thank you. Or a Paradox, if that's what you prefer. I'm quite the fan of Halloween decorations. If we get a moment, between runs, I'll make my camera big to show them off, to show the decorations off a little better. Oh, thank you for the follow, Paradox Maelstrom. Pleasure to have you on board with us. I very much appreciate that. Thank you. It's definitely a much different experience learning the game whip only, because I mean, I've done any percent deathless before, but when you can't cheese the bosses with the sub weapons, especially the Grim Reaper, it's a completely different game. It's exciting. It's exciting to interact with things in a new way, but it comes at the price of being incredibly challenging. A Ouija board, yeah. I actually got that like a month before Halloween. I found that in a thrift shop, and I was thinking, oh, that's gonna be perfect to put up on display. It's a vintage Ouija board. It's straight from the 70s. It's so seasoned. It's aged to perfection. This is one of the most dangerous parts of the whole game, just because these guys love to drop weapons whenever I let my guard down. So I kept my guard up. They didn't drop a single thing. If I let my attention lapse for a single second, though, they're sure to ruin my night. Speaking of ruining my night, stop it, Bone Dragon. Alright, cross your fingers. Frankenstein has been a huge hurdle tonight. It's not even Frankenstein, it's his little friend that's the problem. I'm dead. I'm dead, and so is the run. Alright, well, I said that was going to be the last one, but we're going to start one more since the Raiders came in and joined us. Just hit the old reset button, and yeah, I'd like to take a closer look at what I've got on display. That's about as good a view as I'm able to give you. Move my big head from side to side so you can see some of the cool things I've got behind me too. Even Isaac dressed up in his trick-or-treat shirt. And this skeleton up here. I forgot that skeleton was up there, and it terrified me when I came down the stairs and I saw it just barely catching the light. I can't stream tonight. There's a ghost in my game room. I'm glad Isaac has a blanket. It's getting cold. Yeah, he's got my Super Mario. He's got my Super Mario Kart blanket. I love the collection / setup. Oh, thank you. All right, I'll blow it up one more time. So yeah, I got these shelves. It's so nice because I had kept all my games in these like collapsible cubes that I got from IKEA, and it was just so difficult to find anything. But for the longest time, that's how I kept my games. And then I got these shelves from a library. They were getting rid of them, so I was able to buy them real cheap. But I've got my NES games and my SNES games and my Genesis games are over here behind Isaac. I don't have as many Genesis games. They only take up like 3 shelves. And I have another shelf that matches this one deeper in the room, and that has my Atari 2600, N64, and then anything random. And like most of my stuff that's on discs, I don't have on shelves. I've got these they're like miniature file cabinets. All of my discs are in sleeves. Almost all of my discs are they have no cases. They're loose in sleeves, and so I've got them in these like little file cabinet type things. rather than out on the shelf. Oh, and my manuals. My game manuals. I don't know if you can see, it's really dark. I've got a couple spindles here. They're like a display that you would find greeting cards in like the grocery store, or these actually came from a post office. So it's kind of nice. They spin around, and I've got all my manuals on there in something kind of similar to alphabetical order. It's not really easy to find stuff, but I don't read manuals very often anyway. I had my NES games on there before, but I have too many to fit on there, and also I prefer for my NES games to be more findable. So, oh, and I've got Amiibos and Switch games over here. All right. If I ever get the room put together, because the room is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. If I ever get the room put together, I'll take some nice photos of how I've got stuff set up, so you can see like the shelves where my active consoles are stored and different things like that. I'll take some nice photos and put them in the Discord. But who knows how long that's going to take me. Did I miss anything good? Where are we at? I'm afraid to tell you no, Loyal. I've just been failing all of my attempts. Oh, we're having fun. We're having fun hanging out and chatting. Mo, welcome in. Mo2277, good to have you with us tonight. I hope you're doing well. Alright, we're gonna, like I said, we'll stick with this just a little bit longer since we've had a few more friends join us very recently. But if some real magic doesn't happen here soon, we'll just want to move on to the next game for tonight. The next game's a good one too. I'm excited to get back to it. We're gonna play. We're playing more Survival Kids on the Game Boy Color. It's a really fun adventure game. It's got resource management and crafting, and it's really open-ended. For a Game Boy game, it's kind of mind-blowing. For everyone who's just come in, what we're working on is whip only Castlevania. I'm trying to do a deathless run. I've gotten more 1-credit clears than I could count, and I've gotten a few 1-death runs, but the perfect run with no deaths is still eluding me. Doing bad at this bat fight. He's making a fool out of me. My rules are I'm allowed to collect the whip upgrades. I'm allowed to collect hearts and money bags because they have no effect. But all other items are forbidden. So no sub-weapons, no invincibility, no screen clears, no secret wall meat. It's rough. Bestiary, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. Thank you, thank you to your friends as well for coming along. Welcome to the quest for the perfect deathless run. I have to be honest and admit that the luck is not with me tonight. The runs have been going poorly, but we're trying to have a good time regardless. Castlevania is really difficult. I've set my rule set way too strict. And looks like you're up to Stardew Valley tonight. Right on. I've watched. I've enjoyed watching some Stardew Valley, but I've never played it myself. I know when I play it someday, when I eventually play it, I know I'm gonna love it. But I'm so terrified. I know it's gonna consume my whole life. I've seen the way I get when I play like Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing games. I know if I start playing Stardew Valley, it's gonna be nothing but daily 20-hour streams of Stardew Valley. I'll give up food, I'll give up sleep. I'll become a shell of a living person. So I'm putting that one off. Mocha Kitten Latte, welcome in. Hey, thank you for joining us. I hope you've been doing well. Yeah, no death run. Playing with a friend was having a blast. Recommend playing with a friend. Maybe they'll be able to, maybe if I do that, maybe if I play with a friend, they'll be able to force me to play responsibly. I'll have to swear an oath to only play when my friend plays, and then, and then have them be the responsible party. You can use your friend as a torch in a cave? What? That doesn't sound healthy for your friend. I was the torch. It's much funner when you have a partner. I'm rarely good at judging my own performance, because my short-term memory fails me so often. But I feel like my biggest issues tonight have been picking up items. Like you saw that random rosary drop back there. My biggest issues have been picking up items and also the Frankenstein battle. Like that. Like that, I picked up an item. Rip the run. No, so my rule set, I'm allowed to pick up the whip upgrades. I'm allowed to pick up hearts and money bags, but basically nothing else. No no sub weapons, no invincibility, no rosaries, no meat. I'm going real strict with my when I say whip only, it's real strict. I could go stricter. I could forbid the upgrades, but they have whip in the title, so I think they're still in the spirit of whip only. And the roughest thing I think is the item drops, because that's the part that's unpredictable. I have the game memorized more or less, so the best way for it to get me is with the item drops, because they're random. I'm resetting the game on any run that dies before level 5. So we've been seeing a lot of levels 1 through 4 tonight. Yeah, I can take damage, but I can't heal. I'm not going for a damageless run. I might actually attempt damageless someday, but I'm not ready for that. When I'm on the top of my game, like I'm really focused and doing my best, I've actually made it through each stage individually without taking damage a couple times. But there are some bosses that I don't know how to defeat without taking damage. The bat, if I'm really lucky, I can defeat the bat without taking damage sometimes. I think that even happened once tonight. Earlier. But there are a couple bosses I don't know how to avoid getting hit. Not yet, anyway. Got me. That's pretty good, though. Damageless, you madman. Yeah, I'm sure I can do any percent damageless. Because like I said, I can get through the stages without taking damage when I'm doing my best. But I need the items to cheese the bosses, or I can't do it. So I'm gonna try to do any percent damageless after we someday get whip only deathless, but whip only damageless, I keep sort of teasing that I might try for it at some point, but it's gonna be horrific. It's gonna be a horrific grind to get good enough to get that run. But you know, I like this game a lot. So setting these challenges for myself is you know, it's fun. It, you know, breathes new life into it. It's always I gotta sort of always go deeper with my experience of it. Eventually, I'll run out of challenges, and I guess I'll have to learn the speed run someday. But we'll see. The pepper, that's a badge that appears for anyone who's donated bits in the past. That's a bits badge. Sub badges are keys, and bits badges are peppers. I'm a big fan of both skeleton keys and spicy peppers. So we use them for the artwork on the stream there. Must have been when I first got introduced to you. That bird could have ruined me. This game is ridiculously hard. It took me so long to beat it. It is by no means an easy game. I don't really remember my first playthrough of it very well. It was a very long time ago. Excuse me, and by very long time ago, I mean like probably maybe 6 years ago I probably played it for the first time. I don't remember what it was like, but I'm sure it took me several hours. At the very least. Did a recording of your first playthrough of it. I wish I had. I wish I had recordings of a lot of my like playthroughs of games, my early playthroughs, but I was not so wise as to create them. Recording every pain and suffering as I went through to beat it. That sounds about right. That sounds like a first playthrough of this game. Alright, cross your fingers, my friends. It's been a very long time since we made it past stage 4. No items. I'm allowed to collect the hearts and the money because they're useless. Hearts only have an effect if I'm using sub-weapons, which I'm not, and money's only good for points to earn extra lives, but if the goal is deathless, then extra lives don't mean anything either, so... And also because avoiding those would be harder than even I could subject myself to. Good first dragon. Come on, second dragon. Oh no. Good second dragon, and that didn't seem like that was going to happen because he was out of reach. I don't know what I'm doing with this fight anymore. Every attempt is uglier than the one before. Life is so bad. Why can I not beat Frankenstein anymore? Alright, dead run. This guy's giving me so much trouble tonight. I can't stand him. Alright, we are picking up this meat now because the run's dead, so it doesn't matter. I wanna try and practice Frankenstein, though. Going in with a disadvantage. Aces, welcome in. Good to see you again. I hope you've been doing well. I'm having a rough night. Just why? Why is Frankenstein so good tonight? I haven't had so much trouble with him, but tonight he's just on steroids. Mary Shelley really has it out for me. Aces of the Castlevania music will be stuck in my head for the rest of next week. I could think of much worse soundtracks to have to put up with, though, right? If you're gonna have music stuck in your head, might I recommend choosing? Might I recommend choosing the Castlevania soundtrack. You made this game even more fun to me, Frownie. Well, thank you, Loyal. I certainly appreciate that. Thank you. He's on his game for some reason. Yeah, what is it? Is it a full moon? Because he's like, he's super powered up. Not bad. Just that it was in my head for most of October. That's the month for it. I'm playing sloppy. Playing sloppy and disappointed. I'm gonna pick up this meat too. On a live run, meat is forbidden, but on a dead run it doesn't matter anymore. It's one of my favorite NES/Famicom soundtracks. Even with the meat, I'm still just gonna die. Sweet Home or Zelda 2 are my top. That Zelda 2 music is hard to beat. Sweet Home I have not played yet. I'd like to play that one. I've heard good things about it. Are you the type of guy where if you're working on something and it's left unfinished, it bugs you and you want to complete it? I mean, to a degree, I don't feel like I have to do something instantly when it's when I'm like that, but you know, I don't want to leave something unfinished forever. Can't play Sweet Home scene playthroughs, and it gives me nightmares. I have to do a damageless death if I'm gonna win on this one because I only have one hit. Ugh. Don't think that's gonna happen. There we are. One of my favorite survival horror games, period. I don't know how it would work since you like hardware. Repro? Yeah, I could get a reproduction cart, or I could I could play it through other means if I absolutely have to. The right kind of spooky. Hits more childhood spook instead of existentially distressing. That sounds good. I don't remember if I ate this meat yet or not. Everything I do is bad tonight. Sweet Home is a Famicom game. So, NES if it ever released in the West, but sadly. It was not meant to be. It's not officially in English. You'd have to find a fan translation. Alright. We can make a real attempt. So much for our real attempt. You'd think I'd be able to, you'd think I'd be able to do well with the pressure off, right? None of this matters since we lost the run already. But it remains just as difficult. Oh, I was jinxed well before you joined us, Aces. It's just been a bad night for me for this game. In general, it started off the first run was not great, but it was acceptable, and then after that it's just all been trash. I was born jinxed. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Ugh. I'm not even happy about it. That fireball and that pit lined up perfectly for me. That bat did not. All right, my friends. I think we'll be done with this for tonight. Nothing good is happening. We'll change games. I'm so very distressed. Sweet Home is a must-play for Resident Evil fans. Such a shame they didn't just port it to Game Boy and slap Resident Evil on it instead of the actual portable Resident Evil games. And now it's time for Survival Kids. Everything will be great now, Cal says. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe that game will punish me too. Even if it doesn't, there's the fear of Hercules hiding in the shadows. All right. Well, thank you for sticking with me, my friends. I'm sorry it was a terribly disappointing night of Castlevania. I feel very sad. We'll play this again. We'll play it again tomorrow night if I start early again. But if not then by Monday at the latest. It'll probably be the first part of the stream on Monday. I don't want to take so many days off from it, but that just might be what we have to do. So we're going to switch games. We're going to play Survival Kids, a game I've been very thoroughly enjoying. A very cool game. If you haven't seen it before, might be worth sticking around just to check out at least a few moments of it. I think if you're a fan of adventure games and you haven't heard of this one, if you see a bit of it, you'll probably want to play it yourself. But let me step away just for a few minutes and get things switched over. Actually, you know what? I am going to put up the proper BRB screen even and play a little bit of music while I do that so that I can refill my coffee and such. But it'll just be a few minutes. I'll see you again very shortly, my friends.